What's up, YouTube? It's your girl LexUpNext, and I'm back with another video. Welcome to the 4th episode of the Becoming a Professional Makeup Artist series. This is episode 4, y'all. I feel like, yeah, that's what I feel like. The content is coming, and I'm needing y'all to tune in. So the topic of the day is how to set your rates as an MUA. I get that question a lot. Whenever I go live and I'm on TikTok, somebody always seems to ask me,
I'm just starting as a makeup artist. When you first started as a makeup artist, how did you set your rates?
And I always tell people, I let y'all know that when I first started, because I started 9 years ago, the economy was different. The beauty industry was a little different. It was a lot of stuff that was different than what's going on today. When I first started out, I literally started out at doing faces for $20. But I started off doing faces for $20, literally doing full faces, or whatever I considered a full face back then. But yes, I started off at $20, and I do not recommend you to start off at $20, especially not in this economy. If your work is worth $20, I suggest you get back in the field and get back to practicing, because you shouldn't be giving out $20 work. I get that everybody starts somewhere, but this is just my opinion. I feel like if you think your work is only worth $20, go back to the drawing board. Go back to the drawing board. It's not yet time for you to start charging. Get your work of quality to at least $50. At least $50. And I would say start around $50, $65 if you're just beginning. That's where you want to start around. And then from there, you can kind of raise your price with the quality of work you're doing, you know, different things. So different things go into play when you're setting your rates as a makeup artist. I'm going to get into that, and I'm going to tell y'all about each thing. Of course, we're not about to stretch this video out. I don't want to make this video too long, so we about to just hop straight into it. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to this video, and go follow my Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff. Go follow all of those. So first things first is your experience and skill level. You want to base your price off of your experience and your skill level, so the quality of work that you're putting out there. So like I said, if your quality of work is around $20, do not start charging people. Don't start charging people yet. Not yet. If anything, maybe you could tell them to tip, but you need to let them know that you're just beginning. You might not really know what you're doing. You got to let people know. But I just suggest that you go back to the drawing board and literally practice. Keep practicing until you can get your work up a little bit, you know, work a little more. The way you can tell your skill level is, a lot of people say don't compare, and I truly stand on that. Don't compare your work to any other makeup artist, but you got to figure out your quality of work to what the locals are charging. So your local, whatever area you in, what most makeup artists are charging in that area. You can go to their Instagrams, look at their work, do your work. Is your work up to quality like theirs? If it is, you could charge around their prices. Go to these people's sites, go look at their prices, go to other makeup artist sites, go look at their prices. You got to get a general price in mind that you should be charging as a makeup artist. So you're going to have to look at other people's work. You're going to have to compare your work to theirs. You're going to have to look at their sites and see what they're charging. You can also look it up on Google, but it's best to do that in the area that you're in with the locals that's near you. Once you figure out their price and their quality of work, you can literally determine where your price stands. So that's how you're going to determine your quality and your skill set. So do your research when it comes to the other makeup artists in your area. Usually more experienced and highly skilled makeup artists can charge more. So the more skilled you get, the more experience you have, you will be able to up your prices. So just consider the years you've been doing it, the complexity of your techniques, and any special skill that you have that other people can't do. That can boost the amount you could charge too. All right, next is the location. When you think about location, think about really expensive restaurants. Think about really high-end stores. Think like that. So whenever you think about those and where they're located, it's always in an area where it's going to be people that spend the most money. So you kind of got to think like that. When you start doing a service, if you are in a low-end area, you might not get the high-end clients. Now, if you're in a high-end area, most likely you're going to get the high-end clients. For one, convenience. If you're convenient and you're located right in their area, they're going to want to come to you instead of driving all the way, you know. But then you do have some people that travel for quality, but a lot of people travel for convenience. But long as your work is of quality, the people in that area, if you're located in a high-end area, are going to come to you. And those are the people with the high-end money. Those are the ones you want. Another thing with location is, if it's not a lot of people that want makeup in that location or in that area, how do you expect to get the people that want makeup? You get what I'm saying? So if I'm in an area, let me think. If I'm in a real country area with a bunch of farms and people don't go out like that, there's nothing there. You get what I'm saying? And there's nothing there. If I go to that area and expect to just make the most from doing makeup when nobody is wanting makeup, then I mean, it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. And that's just what it is. So you wanna make sure you're located in an area that's high end, but you wanna also be located in an area where people actually wanna wear makeup. I'm based in Atlanta, so you know a lot of people wear makeup out here. It's a lot of stuff going on, photo shoots, on the scenes, clubs, whatever. It's all of that out here. So it's a lot of people that want makeup done out here. And then for like birthdays, events, things like that, you want to just be in an area where you know there's people there that's going to actually want your service. Location is a very big aspect of what you're charging, and that should be top of the list. That should be one of the things on the top of your list. So when you decide on if you want to make a certain amount of money, decide on the location first. That's going to help you be able to up your prices. All right, next is the target market. Who are you targeting to? Who's your targeted audience? If you're only targeting to, let's just say, and that kind of falls back on location and how I was saying with the high-end clients. If your target audience is high-end clientele, you're going to be able to make some good money. If your target audience is, my target audience is literally from the ages of 18 to like, I'm gonna say like 35, 18 to 35. That's my targeted audience. I do still get people that's out of that targeted audience, and that's still good because I know how to work with other people, but that's my main targeted audience because I know those are the people that's going to be wanting to go out to the club, the people that get their makeup done for their birthdays, the people that have prom, the people that have, things like that. Things like that. You want to make sure that your target audience is people that actually wear makeup. Your targeted audience could just be people that's on set. So people that's on like reality shows or actors, or that could literally be your target audience. And you find different ways or different jobs that you can be in those areas, and those are the only people that you do makeup for. Your target audience is whoever you want it to be, but make sure you're thinking about the amount of money you can make, because it's all fun and games to your targeted audience is not hitting on nothing, to your targeted audience is not making you no money. Then you're gonna have to switch lanes and switch it up and switch your marketing. So make sure your targeted audience is people that actually want their makeup done. Let's talk about services that you offer. Services that you offer make a big difference in what you can charge to. If you're only offering mini faces, that's all you know how to do, you're not going to make as much as the person doing full faces. You can't, because it's just not, you're not giving a full face service unless your work is just immaculate and you're just super popular. That happens sometime, but not for everybody, not for everybody. So the service you offer will determine how much money you're making. So let's just say, so one of my higher price services is editorial makeup. Editorial makeup is going to be heavier. It's going to be more creative looks. I'm going to do more drawing on the lids. I'm going to do more, it's just going to be more. If you know how to do that, you can have that as a higher end service. If you don't know how to do it, then, you're not going to have that as a higher end service. That's what's going to make you, that service could literally make you a lot of money by just knowing how to, or having that skill of knowing how to draw on the lids, do crazy eye colors and all of that. That's a higher end service. So if you only doing soft looks is more on the low. It's not like it ain't cheap. Don't ever think that it's not cheap, but it's on the lower end of your services. Soft looks are my more affordable service, and then it goes up from there. So you have the soft, then it goes up to the glam, then it goes up to the diamond glam. That's where you put a lot of diamonds on the look. If you know how to do that, you can get more money on that. Then it goes up to like the editorial glam, and yeah. And then on during Halloween, doing Halloween makeup, that's a whole nother service that's provided, and you could charge more because a lot of people not doing that. A lot of people don't know how to do that. So it just go based off of the service you're providing. If the more skills you learn, the more services you can offer, the more money you can make. And especially if you can do a service that people don't know how to do. You can make a lot of money doing that. So how much are you spending on your products, and how much is your kits? How much do you spend on your overhead, basically? So as a makeup artist, of course, you know you have to have a makeup kit. You got to buy your products. You got to re-up on your products whenever they run out. How much are you spending? When you determine that, you can know how much to charge for each person. So you could literally, for a full face, this is how you could do it. For a full face, add up all of the products that you use. Add up the amount of how much it costs. Add up however much it costs for each one of those products. And then you can get a general idea of how much you should be charging. Of course, you're going to do that. You're going to have the product costs, and then you're going to have your labor costs, and you're going to put that together, and that's how you can come up with your prices too. Makeup products are really expensive, and just because we're using just a little bit out of each thing, the thing that people got to remember is, do you have all of those products? Because a lot of people may say, oh, makeup is expensive. It is actually, and if you go and you buy all of those products that I just used on you, you're going to be spending that amount or more to have your own kit. Not only do you know how to do the makeup, you're gonna have to have all of those products. So me having all of these products and doing the makeup, I'm able to charge you for the products, and I'm able to charge you for the labor. So that's why getting your makeup done is, first of all, it's a luxury, period. Getting your makeup done is a luxury service. Not everybody can afford it, or not everybody is able to, you know, get it done, which is okay. But when it's time to get it, a lot of people need to understand why we charge what we charge. And that's the reason. That's not even including the snacks we putting in our suites, the lights, the, you know, what we paying for our suites, our booth rent, all of that. That's not all included, but that you got to kind of take in consideration, like, makeup is expensive because makeup is expensive. And that's just that. So the more you spend on your products and your kit, the more you could charge by a little bit. You don't want to just go and bang people on the top of their head where they literally, you know, don't want to get your service done at all, because that's not what you want. You want to still get the clients in, no matter if they're a high-end client, low-end client. You still want to have reasonable prices. Next is the time and effort. How long does it take you to do your service? How long does it take you to do a client? I'm usually around an hour and 15 minutes, an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. And if they're getting extra detail work, you know, it can run over that a little bit. But usually around an hour and 15 minutes. So you can determine how much do you want to get paid an hour. Just off products alone, that's a good amount, you know, getting paid an hour. So a lot of people really don't go based off hours, but you just got to remember how long it's taking you, no matter if you're doing makeup, doing hair. If you're doing a 3-hour service, you're going to get more money for that. If you're doing a 3-hour service, you're going to be able to get more money for that. So if you're doing a service that, let's just say they did an editorial look and they get the most extravagant, you can go up in price some. And I'm like I said, you're not banging people on top of the head. You don't want to just bang, you know, you don't want to be unreasonable. You want to be reasonable and have all of the things in consideration of why you're charging that amount. Factor in the time that it takes to set up, travel, clean up everything. Factor in all of that time and base your prices off of that. Longer or more intricate services should be priced accordingly. Another thing that can help you charge a little bit more than a normal or regular person is the certification or education that you have behind makeup. If you have your makeup license, you can probably change. I mean, if you have your esthetician license, you could probably charge a little bit more than the regular person because you do have your esthetician license. But that's the main thing that you can really have as a makeup artist. I mean, if you get a certification from like one of the best makeup artists there is, like myself, you know what I'm saying, then you might can charge a little bit more, because you could be like, oh yeah, I took a class with LexUpNext, she the best in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, so I could charge just a little bit. But you don't want to just overly charge people. You don't want to use that to overly charge people, especially if the quality of the work is not there. You can't use that as an excuse. Make sure the quality is there, and then you could probably up the price by like $5, $10, you know what I'm saying. You don't want to, oh, I'm certified, so I charge an extra $25, $30. That's a little steep. But you can up the price just a little bit, just a little bit. And last, we have demand and availability. Are you in high demand? Do you have a open schedule? So if you're in high demand, you could charge more. You can charge more because people want to book with you. People want to book with you. And when your book start getting super full, that's when you know it's time to go up on your price just a little bit. Just a little bit, because having a super full book is just, you know, you're showing, one, you're really good. The quality is there. You just need to go up on your price just a little bit. Being in high demand, people are going to pay that bill. They're going to want to get their makeup done by you, so they're going to be willing to pay whatever. When you're in high demand, when other people see that you're in high demand, that a lot of people are going to you, this is just a thing too. Like, popularity plays a big part. So when people see people doing something, they gonna copy. So if they see everybody going to this makeup artist and they hot right now, they was hot in the city right now, they're gonna come to you. They're gonna want to come to you. So you're high. If you're in high demand, you could charge more. You can. And then your availability. If you have an open schedule, if you're available all the time, people are gonna love that. If you're available 24 hours every day, people would love that. They're gonna always come to you, especially for early morning appointments or late night appointments. They're gonna always come to you because they know you have that availability. Me, on the other hand, early morning and super late night is not for me. I used to back when I first started, but it's not for me no more. That was just something, you know, I started off doing. Eventually I winged it out because I'm just not finna hop up at 2 in the morning because you about to go to the next club, and you know what I'm saying? It's just all depend on you. But having an available schedule will attract more people, and it gives you the option to charge more if they're doing an early morning appointment, or charge more if they're doing a late night appointment. So you could charge more for certain services. So yeah, those are everything that you should take into consideration when you're deciding on your rates as a makeup artist. Like I said, don't start too low. Do not start too low. Get your quality up there before you even think about charging. Get your quality up there, because you don't want to just hop out in the field and just be giving out $20 work. I just don't think that's right. But to each his own. This was another episode of Becoming a Pro Makeup Artist. I hope y'all enjoyed. Make sure y'all like this video, and I will see y'all in my next video.